Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Wild. My name is Ben Abercrombie. We're here at Play Card Environmental Education Center today. We're learning about aquariums and we're going to show you how you can set up an aquarium for your classroom and how we set up ours. It's really very simple. So if you'll come over here behind us, we have a 55-gallon aquarium right here. This aquarium is filled full of native species. We have got mosquito fish from the swamp. There's a female with a black spot in the belly. There's a male with no black spot in the belly. So we have a female and male mosquito fish. We have a yellow-bellied slider turtle. See right there? That's a common turtle. He actually came and was hatched about 4 years ago out here, and he hatched out of an egg in our backyard. Very interesting. So we put him in there. So you also look behind here, we've got little aquarium decorations. Notice there is no substrate on the bottom. There's no gravel, there are no rocks, none of that stuff. That's so you can take a siphon filter and siphon any kind of solid material, which is gathering here, every once in a while out of your tank when you do your water changes. You need to do water changes once a week or once every other week. Up to 10% is recommended. Okay, if you look behind here, we have got a filter system. This is a behind the back filter. This particular model has got screens in it to filter the water through the top, and this is brown algae. It's a special kind of brown algae that actually filters the water here, and it goes through this big filtration set in the back. These filters are actually cartridges that have got plates. So if you look here, inside that plate, that's just more surface area for both activated carbon and for this algae. Matter of fact, it has so much algae in the filter, whenever I mess with it, look what happens to the tank. It'll make it cloudy for a minute until it starts to keep filtering. So let's look there. That's the algae. That's actually what filters through that filter. That's actually a good thing. You want that algae in your filter. I don't change my media a ton out of my filters, and I actually wash them out instead of buying new filter cartridges all the time. You can actually rinse them out and save yourself a lot of money by reusing your filter cartridges. This particular manufacturer actually allows you, and it recommends you to do that in a lot of these manufacturers' manuals. It's kind of cool. So let's go over here. Next one we have is a 55-gallon tank, upper and lower. In your classroom, we probably recommend a 10 to 20-gallon tank just for space. But right here, this is our display model at the center. Behind these plates is a American eel. He eats everything out of the tank. We'll catch crawfish from the swamp. He'll eat those. We teach about the food web with this. We'll go out to the little pond here. We'll catch mosquito fish. He'll eat those. So the kids actually interact with the food web here. So they learn about food webs and how predator-prey relationships work from an aquarium. If you look down here, the interesting part of this aquarium is it's a tube system. It's a tube aquarium. This is a display tank. This is what we call a sump, S-U-M-P, a sump tank. If you look here, these are bio blocks. They have a lot of surface area on them. They have a whole lot of algae that grows on these. And see, the algae is the same thing that grows on the bottom. When it filters itself through the sponge, nice and slowly, it is pumped back up into this tank through this pipe here, and then it comes around and is dropped down through the top of the tank through this pipe here. So this tank is drilled out, it has this PVC pipe that attaches to this lower tank. It's a very interesting system, very neat system indeed. So just a great way to get out and learn about nature. Wonderful way to get into an indoor habitat. Take the outdoors indoors. And if your kids have like a cold day, like today, we've got a little bit of a chilly day, you don't want to go out, enjoy the great indoors with your kids. Say you get a science kit. You want a way to keep your science kits animals without having to dispose of those. Make sure that you put those science kits animal in something that's more sustainable. So start an aquarium in your classroom. Yes, it does take a little bit of the time. Yes, it does add a little bit to your maintenance issues. But if you have a volunteer in the community, that'll also give them something to do for your classroom too. So build that into your classroom community model. It's a great way to work with the community. Have your kids learn about how to clean it. Give them a chance to get in there and help you out with this, because a lot of times that's going to teach them a needed skill and something they can do to carry it on throughout their life. We have commercial aquariums in the area here within 20 miles of us. You got Ridley's Aquarium. So there are jobs in these fields, working with aquariums and different fishes and knowing a little bit about biology. That's a lot of information that's very, very needed in our area. So a lot of the kids, great way to connect with nature is to start your own aquarium. So you can do that also in a 2-liter bottle. You can take a 2-liter bottle, not a 1-liter bottle, but a 2-liter bottle, cut the top of it off, put the bottle inside out, turn the funnel back in it, staple it back here, create an aquarium tank right here. You can recycle or reuse a water bottle by going out, catching fish in your local little pond around your school, call it, of course, check with your principal first. Put the fish in your little bottles here, walk around, display them for your kids. When you're done, catch and release. Or you can bring them back in, add them back into your tank like we did over there, create your own local ecosystem. So it's a great way to teach you about nature and the balance of humans and the environment. So have a lot of fun, enjoy your filtration systems, have a great time. One last thing I want to show you, a little bit of maintenance here. A lot of people don't know how to use a siphon. So what I'm going to do here is show you this. Siphons are critical when you're taking care of aquariums. I'm actually going to walk over here to our other tank and you'll get to see how we use this. Okay? Siphons act on the principle of pressure differences. All right, what you've got here, there's a pressure difference in gravity between this tank and the floor because of the gravity pulling down on this tank. And you also have air pressure pushing down on this tank. So what you do here is you're going to fill this part of your siphon up. It's going to be half full of water. It's going to suck through this little tube here, and it's going to create a siphon suction. It's going to pour into this bottom tank here. So you do this. Let me get the stuff out of it. Make sure that's clean. Put this here, and I am going to filter this out. This tank's getting a little bit dirty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter some solid out of it. Okay, watch out here. I'm using that filter. Go ahead, Brad. Go that way. There you go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come down to our solids, and we're actually going to filter it up the tube. All right, these things are really quite safe to handle. They're not going to hurt you at all. You know, they're a little icky sometimes, but they're fine. You can pull these things out anytime. These are the solids. This is part of your biological filtration system. So you're going to pull these out of your tank. Filter them as much as you can. Since I don't have any substrate, I don't have any gravel to pull out. Kind of a neat way to work. The kids can see the animals a little bit better. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and filter all this extra solid material out. Let it get sucked up by our over the back filter here in just a minute. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this up when I'm done. Let it run out of the tube. Okay, let it drip. And I'm going to roll it up, set it off to the side, and I'm going to go dump it. Now I will do this about once every other week. Okay? Throw a small percentage out, as much as 10%, but not usually. You put 5 and 10% is fine. And then put in new water. You want to use dechlorinated water, don't just put water straight out of your tap. How do you dechlorinate water? Well, you take water, put it in the jug, let it sit for 24 hours, that will dechlorinate it. Or you can take water from the tap and add dechlorination, either tablets or fluid that you can get from local stores or pet suppliers, and you can dechlorinate your water before you put it in there. Because chlorine, as we know, is toxic to all animals. Okay. So this is a great way to start a classroom experiment. Have fun with your community classroom aquarium. Enjoy yourself on the great indoors of your classroom. So that kind of plunges you between the outdoors and the indoors. So remember, nature is your world's best teacher. Remember, science brings in a lot of those standards from your reading, your ELA standards, brings in your math, it brings in all that, and it connects it all together, makes it real for your kids. A lot of kids are going to learn really fast if you use nature as your teacher. So for Play Card Environmental Education Center, nature is the world's best teacher. Stay forever wild.